All right. Let's get back into it. And then just posted a poll that
Wait, can you see on the recording? Probably.
oh wait, I guess you probably could see it on the recording. That's great. If just in case we can't see it on the recording, it just says, is Mark making playoffs? And the options are no and come on, man. Come on, man.
All right, I'll end it. Okay, back to the mock.
Yeah, so we're up at the 107 now, and that is the banana stand. Your pick.
Yeah, so
Do
when I
you
was
want me
doing
to
the
go
mock,
first or you?
you can go first. I'm curious to see what you're gonna say.
All right, so I did multiple mock drafts after the third round ended last night, and I had you picking three different people. As we said again,
Well,
it's like it really depends what Dom does at the five.
yeah, and I hate that he has that over me, but
Yeah,
yep.
he has a lot of power for the rest of the first round and the rest of the draft. But
Hmm.
so I think you really like Xavier Worthy's landing spot with the Chiefs. It's like you, I mean, you have so many wideouts, right? You have Garrett, JSN.
I'm taking two in this draft.
Yeah, you're gonna have Rome and Marv, and then you also have Amon Ra. So like you, I feel like you don't have to take a
Forgot one.
lot.
Forgot my guy,
Who?
Christian Watson.
Yeah. I mean, your wide receiver core is gonna be so deep that like he's barely gonna get any playing time, Watson, for you. But anyway, as I'm saying, you are gonna have a lot of receivers, and you're about to draft Rome and Marv also. But with Dom in my draft taking a running back at 5, I think you just go with the best pick you think is here. And I thought it was going to be Worthy, but I don't think that you will be able to turn down the stack of Justin Herbert and Lad McConkey. Let's be real. I don't think you'll be able to turn down potentially having that stack.
I loved Lad too before the draft, and I was hoping like he went later and somewhere good
Mm-hmm.
because people were saying like first round Chiefs, and I was like, I don't want him like get lost in the Chiefs, like like because like he wasn't like the same kind of prospect that Worthy was. So like I think Worthy fits there fine, but I was scared that like Lau would get lost there. And to the Chargers with my guy Herbert,
It's
it's
just
gonna
like
be hard.
I don't think you could turn down. I don't think you could turn that down.
I
I
said
was
it
just looking
already
at it. I don't
last
think you
night.
could.
I was gonna take QJ at the 106. I mean the 105 if Mark didn't. And I saw all like the dangers of taking him, but he was with Herbert. So like that's a good example. Yeah,
I think Lad is gonna be nice there with Herbert. I think they're gonna be
I think
nice.
he's his wide receiver one. And like I know I can't
He
even
is.
say that, but like unless they change how they're like planning to use QJ, but like I don't know. I
QJ, I
think
think QJ will be fine, but he'll never be their one. And I think Lad is actually gonna help him out a lot. They're different kinds of receivers, and I think he's gonna help QJ get open
I think so too. And
because he'll open up the middle of the field for them.
no, yeah, I told you this last night. I think taking Joe Alt and Lad is hundreds of times better than taking a receiver and then a second round tackle.
Yeah, I
Like
mean Joe Alt, best tackle in the draft.
I think them
You get a
taking
guy like Lad. I mean, he could play all over the field, but he's a really good slot receiver.
I think them taking Joe Alt even helps Lad too because it's gonna help Herbert have more time and like it's a great position now for a receiver.
As Harbaugh said, we look at offensive linemen as weapons. And
Yep.
you got their guy Joe Alt. You
That was
know,
such a horrible quote. But yeah,
it's a
I
horrible
don't
quote. I
have my
actually thought the quote was first. I mean, no, not first. I thought the quote was fake.
me too. And
First time
yeah,
I saw it.
I watched him say it and I was like, oh. um no, I was really pumped when he got drafted there. I'm gonna have to think about it more,
Mhm.
for sure, because I might have to do that.
Yeah,
Um, I was thinking if Dom doesn't take Worthy, I was thinking Dom could take Lad at 5 even,
yeah, he could.
which seems early for Lad, but like that spot is insane. And we're not drafting based off landing spots, but Lad is also like I think he's one of the best receivers in the draft.
And
So
he's nice, and he's gonna be with Herbert. I mean, I think he just fits well in that offense.
yeah, so I like that prediction. I don't know if you want to say your two other ones based off what Dom is doing or
No,
not,
no, I'm
but
not gonna do it
okay.
because I'm just basing it off this last mock
Yeah,
that I
this
just did.
yeah.
So,
I
what do you think you're gonna do with this pick?
I think the banana I was thinking a lot about what the banana stand would do. Um and in the end, reluctantly, um I took Brock Bowers.
mm,
Um I I would be mad at myself for passing up on him, honestly. Um
I can't blame you. I mean,
I think I'm in a very Raiders-like position with this pick because
are
um
you have McBride?
I have McBride. I don't need him essentially. And I just got done saying like but like but I said with Dom why I don't know if he's going to take Brooks is because I don't think exactly like you have to take your needs in a rookie draft. Like
No, and
I
also
feel safest.
you just don't have to add another wideout at the 107.
Yeah, it's not a glaring need for me. I wasn't sure before the draft if I liked McBride more than Bowers,
Mm,
and now I can say I do like McBride more than Bowers, especially with Marv there. I think it's gonna help him a lot. And McBride is my guy. But before I knew McBride was gonna be good, I've been hoping to get Bowers in this draft the whole time,
yeah.
for the past year.
Hmm.
Then I realized McBride is really good, and I don't need him. But if he's falling to me at 7, I don't care what spot he's at on the Raiders. I don't care. He's Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
He's basically going to be their
He's gonna be the wide receiver two behind Adams.
wide receiver 2, in my opinion. I know Jacoby Myers is good, but they're going to be using Brock Bowers as a receiver. Devontae Adams, great. Like, he's their top target, but, like, he's old. Like, he's not going to be there for too much longer, I don't think. And if I have the opportunity to take a tight end like Bowers, even if I can only start one tight end and my flex will probably be filled already by someone else, I don't care. Like, it's
It
talent.
will not
I'm just
hurt
going to take
at
him.
all to just add Bowers.
No, I
And
would feel much safer.
I mean, then you have McBride and Bowers for how long? Like tight ends have like the longest careers. Like if you have those two
Exactly.
tight ends, you're set at tight end for such a long
Exactly.
time.
So I don't think it was like the most exciting pick, but like I thought about it and I was like, realistically, I think I'll take Bowers here.
Hmm.
So that's
It
what
makes sense.
my,
I mean,
my mock.
all right. And now we go on to
Norm
the
108.
10. Yeah, we go on to Norm with the at the 108.
Okay.
Uh, so I was looking at Norm's team and like he really could use either a running back or receiver here. And like
Yeah.
I
It's
had
a
him
good spot for him.
originally. What?
It's a good spot for him.
Yeah, it is. I originally had him taking a wide receiver here,
Okay.
but it's just like his running backs are so bad. No, I'm sorry, but your running backs, you need help, bro. It's Etienne and Kamara, and then what? Damian Pierce and playoff Lenny. Like
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette's still on his bench, and he's not even on the team.
Yeah. I don't know. And what hurts? Okay. So, side topic, real quick. When we're talking about when the big three, you and Norm, are talking about we need more roster spaces. And this guy Norm is housing Leonard Fournette. It's a really bad look for us
Not a good look.
because like does not need him.
Hold
Uh,
on, Lulu's barking
um
at me.
okay.
So I'm gonna let her out real quick.
Okay.
By formation, they saw there was no safety help, and you're not going to win one-on-ones.
Oh my god.
All right. Like I was
Okay, so where
saying,
were we? Oh yeah, so we're on Norm's pick.
Norm. Yeah. I don't know why he has Fournette. Like you said, I agree with what you said so far about his team. So
So yeah, I mean, I just think he has to go running back here, and I think he goes with running back Trey Benson, who
okay,
got drafted to the Cardinals, and it's like,
yeah,
yeah, Trey Benson is not going to be their one right away because Connor's still there, but Connor's old and he gets hurt. I think Benson going to the Cardinals is an awesome landing spot for him,
me
and I
too.
think
I
and after him, there's kind of a fall off with running backs in this draft just because of landing spots.
yeah, I have one more. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
only have one more running back getting taken in this draft after Benson.
oh, interesting. I
I mean, we got to see the
personally,
landing spots of other running backs though. Today
yes, today, actually in like 50 minutes.
because there's
Um,
Jalen Wright, there's Braylon Allen, like
yeah,
there's good running backs
um,
left.
yeah. I mean, there's still stuff to happen, but I, being a part-time Cardinals fan the past few months, I was actually so hyped when they picked Trey Benson.
Yeah,
Like I know like they love Connor and Connor's great. Like he won me my title in the redraft league.
mm-hmm.
And I know like for Mike he got the shirt. Like Connor's great. Like he's so reliable. But like eventually they're gonna be done with Connor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no one else there behind Connor really. Like for a while, like they didn't have anyone else who could step
No,
up. Like when Connor got hurt, for example, like what happened to their run game? Like they brought in Michael Carter. But like I mean, so Trey Benson, like he's gonna get his time this year, I think. Not right away, but like
not right away, but Connor goes
I
down.
think
He's the
he's
one
gonna
then.
take Connor's role.
Yeah, that's what they
Um,
drafted him for. He's gonna step into
yeah,
Connor's role.
yeah. So I think that's a good pick, especially for Norm. I think for me, for my mock draft, with who's left, I think it's pretty obvious who's going to Norm. Um, I have Jonathan Brooks going to the company. Um, I think for Norm, if I'm Norm, I'm praying that like Dom, you or me it from the 105 to 107
Just don't take a
does
running
not touch Brooks. And I'm praying that someone doesn't trade up with one of us and take Brooks because I think he's the best back in the draft.
back. Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't sure how high he would go in our draft.
Yeah,
With his like spot and everything, and that he's coming off of tearing his ACL.
in my
But
original mock that I did, I actually had Dom passing on Brooks and Brooks landing with Norm, just like you had.
that's but yeah, so
But
that's what I'm
I do
predicting right
think Dom
now.
takes Brooks and Norm's gonna have to go with Benson instead.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
So I don't know. We'll see. But I think that would be a huge get for Norm. That'd
Yeah,
be pretty good for him.
yeah.
So because like you said, his running backs. I mean,
Worst running back core in the league. Like I looked at
no.
it, I'm just like, damn.
Well, Kamara's still sneaky good. Like you think he's gonna be done, and then he's still good. And
Yeah, but
Travis
how much
Etienne,
longer is that gonna last for?
they can't much longer. But I mean, they didn't take another running. Oh, because they have Kendrick Miller. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, moving on to the
108. I
Straw
mean,
Hats.
109. 109.
Yeah,
Okay. You
109 Straw
you
Hats.
said your prediction earlier, so
Yeah,
just go
I
ahead.
basically said my prediction earlier. I think Straw Hats Mark definitely goes with his guy, wide receiver Keon Coleman from the
I
Bears.
would be so disappointed if he doesn't do this.
I mean, he's been talking about Keon for so long, and like it could have been smoke and all, but he was like talking about getting him at the 104.
Mark, we know it's smoke. I told you this when I visited Mike at Delaware.
Yeah,
When you saw the 104,
yeah,
it was never gonna happen.
no,
But maybe at first, because I know the Dynasty community was talking about it,
yeah,
Keon at the 104 and the 1 QB was possible.
yeah.
But with how long Mark drew it out, I never thought it was happening at the 104.
But now it just makes
Um,
sense. He traded back in the draft to the
it,
109
it
instead of
makes
the
sense. He
104.
traded back. I think Keon should go within this range. And like the Bills landing spot is actually insane.
It's perfect.
Like you're tied to Josh Allen
Yeah,
with not that much competition. Like I know we are talking about how good Curtis Samuel could be before and like how solid he can be, but like Keon, once he like gets his role there, like he's not a deep guy. I think people like just see his size and everything and think that like he's a deep guy and everything, but like he's not.
no,
And um like right now, I think this time next year, the one person who we might still see ahead of him in the Bills' target share is Kincaid. But like
maybe.
still
But
to beat
still,
Josh Allen's
there's a
two
lot of
or his
they
top
throw a
receiver
lot.
at
They
least.
throw a lot. So
Yeah, so I think it's a good spot.
I
I
think
don't
it's a
know if
great
Mark is
spot, and
throwing
I think
smoke with liking Keon in the first place, but if Mark doesn't take Keon here, I'd be so mad and so disappointed because I would love that story. At the same time, I had Lad, who's still on the board for me.
mhm.
Um, and I think Mark being too tied to QJ is going to be the reason that he's not going to take Lad and would take Keon over him. Which I don't think that's a bad move, honestly. I don't think it's a terrible move.
Oh,
But
especially since he has QJ, it just doesn't make sense for him.
it just doesn't make sense for him to go, um, Lad. So I'm thinking Keon also. I hope that happens.
I
I
do
would like,
too. I mean, he was talking about taking, like we said, he was talking about taking him at the 104. Knew that was
yeah,
low, but he's at the 109 now. Great landing spot. It just makes sense.
yeah, for
All right.
sure. Mike,
So
110.
110, the organization, our reigning champion.
Yup, I know who you
Um,
must have going there.
I
You
mean,
must.
I mean, he, I mean, this guy could have went earlier in the draft. In my original mock, I actually had him going at the 105,
Yep.
but in this one, I got him falling to 10 just because of everyone's needs and rocking with their guys. I got the organization taking Xavier Worthy here.
Oh, okay. I
Who
don't think Mike trusts him.
I
I
mean,
thought,
at the 110 with a guy with upside like that in that situation,
yeah,
and
you hope you could see like that
Mike
110
also needs some
at
young wide
110.
receiver talent. He
Yeah,
has
who's the receivers now?
he has Diggs, Keenan Allen, um,
CD
CD of course, yeah. So
and
CD
DJ
is
Moore.
chilling with,
Sleepy.
but huh?
Yeah. Sleepy.
Oh yeah, and DJ Moore, yeah. No, he has a really
He's
solid
got a
core,
great core.
but
Who I
adding Worthy I
thought
think would be nice.
was gonna go in your mock here is Bowers. Um,
Yes, I originally had that.
I think because Hawk is out, I think that could be tempting for him to take Bowers. But I don't think a tight end, I mean,
Look,
Sam Porta did and Brock Bowers could be great right away. So I don't know how much he would fill the Hawk role. And he has Ferguson, so maybe he doesn't go Bowers. But I
exactly.
thought it was sounding like you were gonna have him take Bowers, which I would be mad.
You
I would
see,
be mad if Mike got Bowers.
I had Mike taking Bowers here, but I have him passing on him just because I think adding a receiver would be better for his team. And yeah,
Yeah.
Hawk is going to be out this year, but Ferguson showed that he could be a pretty solid fantasy tight end his rookie year too.
Also, a lot of teams had the Cowboys taking a running back in the second and third round. They had him taking a receiver there, and they didn't take either of them. So Ferguson is still one of the top targets there. So
Yeah,
that's even better for him. So yeah,
Ferg is good. I hate him because he's a Cowboy, but he can
yeah,
ball. He's good.
yeah. Okay.
So at the 201,
Wait, no, my pick.
oh my bad.
I took Bowers in my draft. I didn't. I
Oh
thought
yeah,
you're not. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So who do you have Mike taking here?
I might taking Lad,
Makes sense.
which would be like you said for the same reasons as him taking Worthy.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty big for him. And in my opinion, Chargers wide receiver one. Sorry, QJ. But yeah, I think that would happen if that's how the draft in the first round
It makes
um
sense.
goes. 201. Here's where the fun starts.
Alex is fun, we should say.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this draft. I'm so excited. But yeah,
Alex, like,
who we got going?
Alex doesn't even need a seat this round. He could just like stand
No,
next to
he
the
could just be
draft board
standing the whole
with a
time.
hot dog and a beer, just
Yeah,
writing the names in.
yeah.
So Alex gets fortunate here, I think. And like the thing is, like, I don't even think
This will
Alex
be
really wants to draft who I have him taking here. I think
yeah.
actually no, he told me last night that like he doesn't even really want him that much, but like he
He
has
said this to me
he
before
has so
too.
many picks and like he will just keep falling to him if he doesn't take him because Mark is after him. Mark won't take this guy because he has Laporta,
Yeah,
and Chris goes after that, and Chris has Kittle. I don't know if Chris would take Bowers.
yeah,
So I have Alex taking Bowers here at the 201, which is crazy. He's falling that far, but in my mock, I think it just makes sense.
yeah. I mean, that would be crazy if I thought when the season ended, I thought Bowers could go at the 104. Even if Mark had Laporta, I thought it was possible.
Mhm.
If he falls to the 201 to Alex, that would be so huge for his team. That would be so huge because he's got him now. Like it's a tight end. Like that's such a valuable piece for a team that's like just starting to rebuild. Like that would
Yeah,
be sick.
I mean he has Schultz, but Bowers is better, obviously. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
and like with a guy with like Schultz, like let's just say Bowers isn't as good right away. I mean, you just put in Schultz then,
Yeah,
but Schultz is also around a lot more. Like there's a lot more targets to go around now with Diggs there. You know,
yeah,
Schultz kind of becomes the fourth option now in that offense.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe he does go Bowers.
That'll be big for him. That'll be hype. I'd like to see that.
So
Well,
what do you have him taking here?
201. So I was thinking like with so many picks in the second round, I don't think it actually really matters what order Alex picks in exactly. So he can be smart and just take players that he knows won't be there when it comes back to him.
Mhm.
So Mark is picking at the 202 right after Alex at the 201.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I would think Mark's going for a running back. Um, you have two running backs in your first round, but I just had one. So
Yeah.
there's still two guys left that I think are good. Um, and I actually, so if I were Alex, I would choose the better of the two running backs in his opinion.
Mhm.
I have Alex taking Marshawn Lloyd, which I
Wow.
know you might not think the Packers is the best spot. Um, but they drafted him pretty high even after just taking Jacobs.
Mhm.
And that's a great offense to be in, I think, for Marshawn Lloyd.
That
Um,
offense is so young and
is
talented.
set and so young.
Like once
And
Jacobs is out of there, who knows? Lloyd becomes the one there. I mean,
yeah, and I don't know how long Jacobs will be there. Like you never know.
no,
How old is Jacobs? I mean, I know he's young,
he's
but like,
26, I think.
yeah, so it's not old, but in running back years, it is a little.
Yeah,
And I think the Packers are so young and could be like, I mean, they were great after 1 year. Like, I
but
mean,
but most of them is rookies and love getting his first year as a starter. Like
yeah,
they're
it's his
already
first year.
nice.
If I were Alex, I know I was saying how much I love Trey Benson before, but I think Marshawn Lloyd is great too, and I could see him like he's not losing to AJ Dillon. Is he still there, AJ Dillon? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So like the fact that we don't even know if he's still there, he's not gonna lose to AJ Dillon. They picked him pretty high, and I think he's gonna either be splitting at some point with Josh Jacobs, or at some point Josh Jacobs won't be there anymore, and he'll be the guy in a young, thriving offense. So that's why I'm taking Lloyd.
Also, Alex has Jordan Love, so he might want to pair the
Yeah,
two together.
exactly, exactly. And yeah, I think it's a good offense for him to be in. So I have
Yeah,
Marshawn Lloyd before Trey Benson.
I like that.
So,
They would be a good pick. All right, so now we get to the Straw Hats at the 202.
yep.
Um, it was tough, but I got Mark taking Xavier Leggett here. How do you say
Okay.
his last name? Is it Leggett or
Leggett, I think.
Leggett? Yes, Leggett. Yeah,
Leggett. I
yeah.
love his accent.
I mean, like he's very versatile. He's gonna be playing with Bryce Young, who Mark
But
has on his team. I think he would try
Bryce
to
Young stack.
exactly. I'm saying like, I mean, Mark drafted Bryce last year. He goes out and gets his potential wide receiver one.
Hmm.
I don't think he'll be the one there this year maybe because Deontay's there, but he should get a lot of touches still. I'm pretty high on him actually. So
The
I think
Panthers seem pretty high on him when I mean, like, I know it's just like coach speak and like
I mean they
uh
drafted him and he
so
was a
hype,
first
but
round
like
pick. No,
they traded up to the first to make sure they got him. Like they wanted to make sure they jumped the Bills and got their guy. Like,
I
but
really like
like
his film. I think he's nice.
whenever you see someone going to get their guy like that, like you gotta think like they have plans for him. And maybe they won't turn out well, but like it's pretty good potential. And like
And the
he's
Panthers are
huge.
getting
So
better.
yeah, he's big.
Yeah,
Like, I know like people compare him a lot to like AJ Brown or DK, like because like he's
He's
big. Like
he's an athlete like them. He
didn't he like
reminds me more of DK, honestly.
didn't he so like people complain about like his competition that like it wasn't as high as like some other receivers, and like that's why he played so well. Like in the games that he did like crazy in, he played against like not as good schools,
Mm.
but he also I'm pretty sure and maybe I'm wrong, but he wasn't a receiver at first. I think he switched over from quarterback, and as soon as he switched to receiver, he was dominating.
Mm-hmm.
Like in college, like I don't care what
That's
school he's
just how you
playing.
know he's a great athlete. He was playing
Yeah,
quarterback before, then switched.
exactly. So I think he'll be good in the NFL, but
I think so
I
too.
think yeah, I, I do like that pick. At the 202, since he's still there, and I think Mark needs a running back, and I think he'll be pretty hype if he fell to him. I have Mark taking Trey Benson, and I talked about
Yeah,
why I like him before.
I mean,
So that's
that's a
for
really good
Mark.
landing spot for Mark. He needs a running
Yeah,
back, and
yeah. If
Benson.
Saquon goes down, you're not throwing in Rashawn Johnson, right? So
Oh, he needs backs for sure.
yeah.
Uh, next we got Megan Thee Stallion picking again at the 203. I have him going with who he thinks is the best receiver here, and
Yes.
so I have him taking A.D. Mitchell, who's on the Colts.
Hmm.
What about you?
I have him taking. I would love for this to be his guy. Like he always has guys, and he sent a tweet about him just the other day.
Uh huh.
I have him taking Leggett.
Uh huh. Yeah, I mean,
Um, I think
I think he just takes the best wide out here, but I think Mark gets Leggett before.
I had the same thought that he's taking the best wide out here before Chris's pick. And I think because I think Chris will take a wide out too. So for Alex, I think he takes who he thinks is the best one.
Mhm.
And I um I think Chris taking Leggett would be funny too, just because Chris has his guys like Pickens, but I want
You're
Leggett
right,
to be on the team. Yeah.
right. I just
And
don't think he makes it to him.
yeah,
I think Alex or Mark snag him.
I think Chris would have to trade up a little.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I have Leggett going to Meg.
Nice. So then we got Roast Beast, our commish, up at the 204. Um, this was a tough pick. So even though Chris is like the most fake Jets fan ever, I actually think he's more of a Steelers fan at this point. Um, he's the king of wide receiver twos. I think he goes out and gets this wide receiver too because he'll be catching passes from Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
and he's a Jets fan. He's actually a Jets fan. I got him getting Malachi Corley here.
Yeah. I could talk a lot and I think it'll be annoying how much I talk. I'm so happy that they got him. Like
Yeah, I watched his highlights again last night after I said like I didn't have him ranked high. I think he's gonna fit really well with the Jets.
it's exactly what they need, like to
Compliment
complement
Garrett.
Garrett Wilson.
Mhm.
Like it's a great pick. I think he's gonna be great there. Um
He's 5'11" and like
he's jacked.
yeah,
He did 27 reps up to 25
yeah. That's
as a receiver.
that's
I
not
saw
normal.
I,
Usually receivers get below like 15 and below.
yeah, I saw one game where he and I won't talk too much about him, but I saw one game where he had 6 catches for 152 yards. I think a touchdown too. Um, not one of those catches was past the 2 yard line.
Damn.
Yeah, he just runs through defenses. It's
Yeah,
crazy. So call him like a screen merchant all you want, but like the Jets are gonna be able to use him like pretty well, I think.
yeah.
And
He's a
he's the
playmaker with the ball
guy.
in his hands. You put the ball in his
Yeah,
hands and let him make
yeah.
plays.
So
I think that
um,
would be a nice pick for Chris.
I do too. I have Chris going, not Corley. Ricky Pearsall, I am taking.
Ricky Pearson.
Um, even if Debo or Ayuk isn't traded, um, I know people like Pearsall,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I don't know. I think it's just safe taking a Niner, taking in the first round. Like I just trust Shanahan so much. Like how could you not?
Like he
Like
knows what he's doing. He's just gonna use all of Pearsall's strengths and make him a good player.
yeah, like he's gonna fit right into that offense, and It's Kyle Shanahan. Like, I don't know. That was my reasoning. It's a
Pearsall
first
might be the
round
three
by
there
Shanahan.
this year. He might be the
Huh?
three. Pearsall might be the three there this year, just
Yeah.
because they might not trade Debo or Ayuk yet. But one of them's leaving soon, and Pearsall is going to step in and be one of Brock Purdy's main guys.
I
So
don't think they keep Ayuk and Debo. I think, like, I mean, I think they could this year, but at some point in the next
no,
year,
there's no way they stay there next
they
year.
can't keep both. But yeah, and I know Chris likes to play just based off 1 year, but if he takes Pearsall, and I think he's gonna look good this year, even as a three, and
Yeah.
I think the year after, if they don't have Debo or Brandon Ayuk, I think he's gonna be like a really good two on that team. So I would take him here.
Speaking of him, at the 205, that's who I have Alex taking. You know,
Uh-huh.
I feel like this is just one of Alex's guys that he ends up loving. I could just I
Yeah,
could
I
just
could
hear
see it.
Alex
I could
yelling
see
like
it.
Slick Rick, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
or
I
like
could see it for sure.
yeah. So yeah, I see him on Alex's team. I don't know why, but I just feel like he's a Megan the Stallion for sure.
Yeah. I just felt that way with Leggett. But yeah.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah.
And then
Uh,
Alex is up again here.
wait,
And
wait, wait, wait. I didn't say that with my
my bad. I
yeah.
forgot that Pearsall was the pick before for you.
Yeah. Me, I have him taking Corley.
Corley. All right, so yeah, we flipped.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, Corley is gonna be
I
good.
think we have the same idea with the next pick too. So go ahead.
So I think there's a few teams that need quarterbacks in this draft, and we're getting to the part of the draft where like I think anyone could either trade in to get them, or I think you and Norm could be teams that take backup quarterbacks. You know, I think you both need backups.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Alex has to take a quarterback here, and I think he really likes Jaden Daniels. So at the 206, I got Alex taking Jaden Daniels. What do you think?
I do too. And I would be so mad because
Because it's right before you.
I would love for him to fall to me. Um, I think he's gonna be really good. So I have the same thing. I have him taking Jaden Daniels because I think, like I said before, Alex has so many seconds. Even if he doesn't want to take them in the order that like we have him mocking them, for example, like I I mean, he doesn't have to take them in the best order. He can just take them in the people that go between him and his next pick, what they need, so they
Yeah,
don't take. So
he has like draft based off.
the people around him and
Yeah,
between his picks,
which will be
which
easy to do because he has so many picks. He could
so
just
many of them. He like
he,
has more than half the second round. So yeah, I think if he doesn't take Jaden Daniels here, I mean I know
that
maybe
you
a
would.
spoiler that I would take him at the 207. And I think if I don't, then I think Norm would. Because I know he loves Josh Allen, but Josh Allen goes down, he's not going to throw in Russ. So, or at least not comfortably. So, if I were Alex, I would definitely take Jaden Daniels here.
Mhm.
Um, it's not smoke what I was telling you. I was considering even at some point, and maybe I will still consider it, taking him at the 107, even though he's a quarterback. I think he's going to be really good. Um, I know he said that he wants to break Lamar's and RG3's like rookie rushing records. So like he's gonna run. Like that's very valuable. And the commanders aren't bad.
No.
Um they aren't bad. He has a pretty good receiving core,
Mm-hmm.
and his running backs are the OBF and
Yep.
Brian Robinson. So he's in a pretty good situation.
Yeah.
I would take
It
him
is.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. So at the 207, we got the banana stand back up,
Yeah.
and I have you taking a running back here because it just wouldn't make sense for you to take another receiver. Jaden Daniels is gone, so you can't take him. So
Yeah.
I got you taking Blake Corum, which I think would be pretty big for your running back room because I think he'll take over there one day, and you need help. You don't need help at running back, but
I do need help. You can say it.
I mean, what is it? JT Swift. Oh yeah, no, you need help. Najee's your third best running back, right?
Yeah.
So
But he's number one in my heart though. So
yeah, yeah. So I think Blake Corum is the right pick here for you.
yeah. Um I also chose a running back for myself. I don't know why. I'm just not crazy about Corum. Um, I don't know. I watched him play in like the playoffs and championship. Like I thought he was good, but like
In the championship, their backup running back actually played better than him.
outplayed him.
Yeah.
So like I've watched him play and like he's not bad, but like and like he was taken before the guy. I'm actually about to say a guy that wasn't taken yet, which I don't know if that's allowed.
It's
Um,
fine. If you like another running back,
he's gonna be taken when the next round start, in my opinion, in the next like 26 minutes. I have myself taking Jalen Wright.
the
Um,
pick. I wonder
I
where he
just
goes.
yeah, I hope he ends up somewhere good. Um, and
I mean, if he's
yeah,
a
I just
Cowboy, it could change both of our mocks completely that we just did.
completely yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna go much earlier then. So, yeah, that's why I have myself taken over Corum, and then yeah,
So next up is the company at the 208.
uh-huh.
Like we said, Josh Allen gets hurt. He can't be throwing Russ in there. So
Oh, okay. I
I
know you're
think
going
I
here.
think Norm goes with who he thinks is the best quarterback here. And I
Yep.
don't know if it was smoke or not, but Norm said the other
I
day.
would like this though. I would like this.
Yeah, I feel like it's just such a Norm pick.
I would like it. I would.
Yeah, Drake May. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna go Drake May. It makes sense, and I don't know if it was smoke or not, but Norm did say he was his number 2 quarterback in this draft.
Yeah. And people compare him to Josh Allen, so he fits pretty well in the scheme too.
Oh yeah,
So
he fits the company scheme for sure.
yeah, I wish I thought of that. I didn't. I don't have Norm taking Drake May here.
Mm.
If I were to maybe go back and reset and change my mock, I might put that there because um that'd be pretty cool.
It just
But
makes sense because he can't wait until the third because
nah,
he can't risk it because
he's
he
like
has
308.
the eighth pick in the third round, so he can't wait.
He's
He's
not
got to get a
gonna
quarterback here.
he's not gonna fall to 308. I know we all hate the Patriots and think they're a bad spot, but he's not gonna fall that far. So I have Norm taking Blake Corum.
Nice,
Um,
makes sense.
I think I he's talked about Blake Corum before. I think he might have even said one time we'll take him at the 108, but he was joking. Um,
Was he?
um, I think he'd be pretty hype if he falls to him at the 208.
Mhm.
Again, helping his running back room. Um, like that's 2 running backs now. If he gets Jonathan Brooks and Blake Corum, it's a pretty good draft for him. So that's what I've happening here. Yeah.
Nice. At the 209, Meg the Stallion's back up.
Yeah.
I think he goes with another receiver here. I have him taking Jalen Polk
Okay.
from the Patriots. I mean, Polk got taken at the beginning of the second last night. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, if Drake May is nice, that's the guy you want to have because he's going to be the one there. I mean,
Yeah. Uh, I think the same thing. I like Polk a lot, and I I said in the chat I was mad when he went to the Patriots because I wanted to see him like be somewhere else,
mhm.
but he's good there. I mean,
If
he'll be
May's
taking
good,
the
you
guy
know,
most likely.
yeah.
Um,
And the very last pick of this mock,
wait, I didn't say yet.
I thought you just said you have him going there too.
No, I said I like Polk a lot too.
Oh, oh,
I maybe should have put Polk there. I was doing this at like 2 in the morning, but I have another person who wasn't yet taken, and I know we don't have the landing spot for them yet, so this might not be fair. But I don't know why he fell so far in the real draft. My guess is like some health concerns or something, because that's what happens when people fall this far that are
I
supposed to
mean,
earlier.
I know who you're
I
talking about.
Corey Franklin.
Yeah, Troy Franklin.
I actually don't understand why he's fallen so
I
far.
mean,
Something that happened like behind the scenes. I don't know. Like I think like teams found out something with his health or something.
no,
I
no,
don't.
I'll tell you what it was. Well, I don't know if it's a fact, but I saw a report late last night that apparently in the meetings they all went bad and they didn't think he was like passionate about football or something like that.
If you've got to this
It's
point of
just,
your life,
and like
you you better be passionate about football. You probably are. I mean,
it's like it doesn't make sense. Like there's guys that are getting taken over him that are just not better and it's like everyone crossed him off their draft board like by accident. Like,
I thought he was gonna start the second round last night.
I mean, he was
Oh,
ranked. He was ranked like top 6 on like everyone's list at wide
yeah,
receiver.
for sure. So that's why I mean, we've taken a good amount of receivers at this point in the draft. I still think he's good. So if he's at the 209, I think Alex takes him there.
I think he's good too, and I think he's gonna be one of those stories that people like. It's gonna make
Commodore St. Brown saying every single person was taken before.
it's gonna make the GMs look dumb. I think when he's good.
I I hope so. It's kind of crazy. But if he's still there and he doesn't get drafted to like the worst spot today, then I mean I hope he's drafted today. That'd be crazy if he's not still. But I'm sure he is. And if he's at like a decent spot, I see him being taken here. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so with the last pick of our mock, because we're not doing the third round, we're just doing the 2 round.
Yeah.
The 210, Meg the Stallions up again. I have him taking Roman Wilson, who got drafted to the Steelers.
Mm,
I think he'll fit in well there. I was thinking that the Steelers are gonna try to get a 1 and have Pickens be the 2.
yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna play out with Roman Wilson. It's hard to tell how good he is. I don't know. I
People like
think
him
he's
a
nice
lot.
though. I think he could be better than Pickens, but I don't think it's gonna be so much of a 1-2. I think it's gonna be balanced out target wise.
Personally, not big Roman Wilson fan myself
Mm-hmm.
because I not of his play character because I saw him talking some trash about my King Marvin Harrison Jr. before.
Oh
So
man.
he's never gonna be on my team because I can't have that room.
Yeah, you can't have that team chemistry like that.
So but I do think he's good. I don't think the Steelers is the best spot, honestly. Uh if you're in an Arthur Smith offense, as a receiver, I think you better hope that you're the wide receiver one.
Yeah,
Um, so I don't know. He could be good. Like you said, he could be like splitting being the receiver one with Pickens. You never know.
yeah.
They're not like the same kind
I
of
just
player.
thought they were gonna get a better receiver earlier.
Me too. I did too. Chris is happy that they didn't.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, okay. At the 210, my opinion, I would be if I were Alex, I'd be pretty hyped about this too. Um, I have him taking Jermaine Burton at the 210.
Mhm.
Um, Tyler Boyd's gone. T. Higgins is trying to get gone.
Yeah.
By the time of this draft that we have in the summer, who knows T. Higgins could be gone, and if so, Jermaine Burton might be taken a lot earlier. Um,
Jermaine Burton is nice.
yeah, he's been
I actually don't understand. And for me personally, he's in my top 10 wide receivers. I have
he
him ranked.
was he was climbing people's rankings like crazy in like the past 2 weeks, like crazy. And people were like, "Oh, if he's taken in like the fourth round, then like you gotta take him
Yeah,
like in your dynasty draft, like you gotta because like that's a sleeper. Like take him late." And
yeah,
then he was taken by the Bengals in what the third round.
yeah,
Still, I mean,
yeah. I
it's
think
the
it's fair.
Bengals too. Like that's a great spot. You're
On
tied in.
film, I think he's a top talent in the
Yeah.
draft.
So
People say he's not. He wasn't drafted as high because apparently he's like a head case or a locker room problem. People just say stuff like that sometimes. You don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
I
that would
have
be great. That
Alex.
would be a great pick for Alex.
Yeah, I think with Boyd gone and Joe Mixon gone, um, and T. Higgins could be gone soon too in the next year.
Mm.
So, I mean, in my opinion, there's no way T. Higgins stays for the for the next year. And
He requested
a
a
year from
trade
now, he's got to be
twice this
somewhere else because
offseason.
there can't be. How could they pay Burrow, Jamar, and T. Higgins? And with the contracts that the receivers are getting now, Tegan's is going to want a lot of money, and so is Jamar. Like, I don't think they'll keep them both.
They
That's
can't.
why they got Burton.
Yep.
So that's why I've gone there. Yeah, yeah.
So that's the end of our
Norm
mock.
has said in the chat, he is trying to figure out who's going to fall to him at 8, and there's a couple really bad spots that he can be put in. I was talking about it during our draft. I think it's a really good spot being at 8.
It is. I mean,
Like,
I just think
no
this
matter
class
what
is so
happens,
deep that you're gonna get really nice player there no matter what.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably won't watch this, but Norm, I think eight's a great spot.
It is. I agree. But
Yeah,
so that's all we got for this BoB podcast. I don't know how long it is. It's probably really long.
it's like an hour and a half, I think,
Damn.
a bit over maybe.
Well, I hope you guys listen to this.
Yeah,
But that was really fun doing a mock.
yeah,
I'm excited for the draft.
me
Our
too.
draft meeting.
Yep.
It's going to be very interesting, very entertaining.
Mhm.
So I'll have another podcast soon. Maybe I guess next month, and I'll have stuff to talk about by then. Hopefully, you guys got to start trading a little bit, so I have more stuff to talk about. So hit my line. But I'm probably not looking to trade. Not gonna lie, but still hit my
Yeah.
line if you're interested. You got anything to say, Brandon?
Nah, just I'm gonna win it all this year.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks for being my special guest.
Thank
Always
you
a
for
pleasure.
having me.
And yeah, I'm gonna upload this.
Okay. See ya.